The Connection at St. Martin's is the biggest and busiest day and night centre for homeless people in central London. We see thousands of homeless people every year, and we have a range of volunteers helping us to deliver services. Our arts-based group services, education, you name it, we do it here. An average week we'll see between 80 or 90 volunteers coming in.
We work for a firm called Pinsent Masons who have a corporate responsibility programme, and as such each employee is allowed 25 hours to get involved in volunteering and all different sorts of projects. I think those of us that take part probably vastly exceed our 25 hours, but it's because we enjoy it, so we keep coming.
We work in the kitchen at breakfast time. We cook toast, butter toast, clean up, serve the porridge, serve porridge.
I found it's really a very interesting experience and a very satisfactory and fulfilling experience.
The two biggest areas our volunteers are working in our kitchens. We also have a number of volunteers helping us in our activities room and day centre. So that would be any of the activities supporting homeless people, from computer work, education work, art room.
What's really great about the art room is that it's open at very regular times of the day. Like it's open every morning at roughly the same time. So people know it's always there. You can go in there, you can use all the materials because all the materials are provided. There's always some new faces, but there's quite a few regulars who come in every day, and you can just see that this is part of their routine. In the morning they go and they work in the art room, and it's quite amazing to see just how much work some people have got through.
It's a wonderful space, actually. In fact, I was just speaking with a client this morning who was telling me that he feels that coming into the space for him is a sort of a therapy. And I asked him to talk to me a little bit more about why he felt that way, and he talked about seeing people get so sort of engrossed, so involved in the work, and how that lifts his spirit, how that inspires him to do the same.
We do run a number of workshops specifically around getting people back to work. Corporate volunteers really have a role to play in helping people with CV workshops, getting people work ready, hosting workplace visits, telling people what it's like to actually go into the workplace.
It's very rewarding work and it's very interesting, and a lot of it's just socialising, talking to people, meeting people who have very different lives to yours, and just talking to them and feeling like you make a little bit of a difference in somebody's life and seeing how happy they are when they've, got a CV together.
Corporates have a dual role. Because they work in the vicinity, they can see the impact that having homeless people on their doorsteps are having, both for people who work and live in Westminster. Everyone wants to get involved and help homelessness, but a lot of times people don't know how they can. Corporations who release their employees as part of their corporate social responsibility schemes can have direct hands-on experience in dealing with homelessness issues. And this can have a knock-on effect because they can go back to either their workplace or their community and explain how the services are having an impact on homelessness. Another key role that corporations or companies can help us with is in the release of funds. This charity, like many this year, is being severely hit by the funding crisis. We have to keep the doors open. We have to, we see thousands of people every year, and all these things cost money. So there is a role with companies to provide us with financial support, as well as the practical hands-on volunteer work.
I like to volunteer because it's quite nice to come away from work where you've got, the stresses of normal everyday life, and really basically see what real people have to worry about. It's quite a nice feeling when you leave here at the end of the day, nice warm feeling. And I think I do it because everything else that I do in my life is for me, so work is for me, my leisure time is for me, and it's nice to do something that's for other people.
The experience for me is what I want more than anything, rather than do a job, get up in the morning and think, I've got to go there again. I bounce out of bed on a Monday because I know I'm coming here to do my bit for the homeless people, so.
Volunteering on Monday morning is quite a good start to the week, so when you have a shift early morning, it sometimes gets quite busy. This morning was pretty busy. Yeah. So it's a pretty good start to the week, and it gets you out of the office into a new environment. You're talking to new people, sometimes dealing with challenging situations, but it's always a good thing.
You get experience, of working, of seeing obviously how it is for homeless people as well, realising that it's not all the same. You know, a lot of people come from different reasons for being homeless as well. You find out all the different reasons. You know, the more you talk to clients as well, you hear the stories of them, and it's quite eye-opening as well.
People, not just the clients, they're very important, and I think it's very important that people should volunteer because they're very disadvantaged, and any help they can be given, I think, is valuable. But I also enjoy the people that I work with because everybody works very hard and as a good team. The whole thing is thoroughly enjoyable.
I volunteer at the Connection. I volunteer at the Connection. I volunteer at the Connection.
I volunteer at Connection.
We volunteer at the Connection.
Because I want to do something useful in society.
Because it gives me a chance to give something back.
Because it makes me feel positive.
I volunteer at the Connection because it makes me feel grateful for everything that I have.
Because it makes me feel a better person.
Because it's an amazing charity which really values its volunteers.